Hi YouTube. I am going to share a link from the Leak Project for a scientist, Ken Swartz, or if you want to go and look, I think it's from a few days ago. Um, anyway, it's about fusion energy. He has a patent on it that people have tried to duplicate and steal from him, but it's too widely documented now. But I mean, all the help he can get. He's got free uh, prototypes of this to give to serious investors, like big corporation investors, and for to bring free energy to the people of the world. How cool is that? Well, anyway, his name's Ken Swartz, if I didn't say it. So he's this scientist also has developed a supplement for your body that it's called C60. You might have heard of it before. Well, anyway, you might be really interested in the way this guy is talking, and it is true. I mean, the deep state only pretends to be in control because literally all of us are uncontrollable, and just even 10% of the world, which really outweighs even their 1%, including their funky ass armies. There's far more of us. But yeah, so I'm going to share that link. I'll just put Ken Swartz on there and the link. So, but I think you'll find it really, really interesting, you know. And they talk about everything. So, it's like but the way he speaks, and there's other scientists and people involved, it's really really interesting. So I thought I'd show you my hair before I comb it out straight. That's what it looks like, kind of wavy. So yeah, but if I comb it, it just gets straight. No matter what I do with it, I don't have to like really wet it to do something with it. If I braid it, that wave will stay in there. Um, if I have it about this long and I put it in like pin curls or something, I can make an afro, um, you know, just by curling it a little bit more. It just does what I want it to do most days, I guess. So, I don't know. It's, you know, hair is hair, but a lot of protein helps, or eating healthy, and I don't. I drink a little coffee, but I eat well, I fast and I exercise. So, you know, and same with my cigarettes. If I didn't exercise and I was just sitting around smoking all day or whatever, if I didn't wait till, if I got up right away in the morning and just started partying or something like that, I wouldn't be in good shape, you know. So I have to get my certain amount of things done first and then worry about having a nice time or even something to eat, you know. A lot of times people eat and then they'll feel lazy after they eat. And that's your body trying to give it time to digest, to go into your body as fuel. But if you just keep working right at your body will use it as fuel, actually better than if you sat around. That's almost worse for you, if you know what I mean. You know, I always figured a day is a day no matter what. But yeah, if you're working super hard, you need to eat more, maybe extra energy. But then I would fast like about at least once a month for at least a day, but 2.5 or 3 if you could. I'd do it kind of like that if I was like a young mom still or whatever. Just go a couple days, feed your kids, and you know just enjoy watching them eat, That's what I would do. I did that with my teenagers too. It's like, eat, you big old pigs, you lazy things, you know. just, and then I just go do something. Here, have mine too. Walk out the door, go do something. So that's subtle, isn't it? A little more than a hint, So, yeah, they did become really lazy. It was all designed. I mean, I know God's going to help them. I do have faith in that, but ultimately in the end. But right now, it's by design to try and drive me out of my mind. You know, like whatever, same old thing. Like I always told Doug, it doesn't matter where I get tortured, I will. And when I won't, I'll know it. Everybody has free will, and I'm not going to try and control them. But if I can keep it away from me, that's a good start. Mm. Correction, I did comb my hair when I got out of the shower, and I'm letting it just dry without using my blow dryer. But then I'll brush it, and it'll get straighter after that. Unless I put it up, and then it'll have waves from putting it up. So yeah, that's what a couple of these wild ones are from. You know, maybe I don't know. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing whatever the hell it wants, I think. That's what people do, right? Our hair is just like that, I guess. If we have it or we don't, it does what it wants. But I don't know. Some people say, like, only wash your hair every so often or something, but I typically, unless I'm exhausted, will wash it every day and use conditioner. Otherwise, you can't sometimes comb longer hair, depending on the hair, too, you know. But for real. And then I buy VO5, it's in a tube, and it's got all kinds of vitamins in there. Now, the thing about that with me, it's got white petroleum in it, which I'm allergic to. So I'll use it like every so often, and all you use is a tiny little bit. And you can use it for all kinds of things, like if you put it on your hands before you go working in the garden, or like things that'll, if you can stand that on your skin. Then it helps you wash off if you use and just, even if you're using gloves, gardening can be pretty messy, um, but anyway, so I just put a little tiny bit in my hands like that and put it on the ends of my hair and then around on it and leave it sit a little bit and then shampoo like normal and then use another conditioner like normal in the shower. And so, and I wash it a couple times, but I do watch the shampoos. I mean, it's hard to find a really good one. I was buying super expensive ones with like it made by the Mayo Clinic, and because of my allergies. But if I watch everything, like I can, it's like, what do I want to suffer from today type of thing. Do I want my food to be something I'm not supposed to have? Or, I mean, I have to limit the things, even like black plastic touching electronics or whatever. I'm so many things, and yeah, I always figured if I'm allergic to it, other people probably are too. You know, because I had that skin test showing all my allergies doesn't mean that everybody, maybe every single human being is allergic to petroleum products, which would make sense. That belongs in cars, and then the carbon, the trees will use the carbon and produce our planet with oxygen, and we're not doing nothing to the planet. This is big corporations, and just watch the factories pump out their filth, even jets in the air, you know. But not that, not even so much as the factories, you know. The greed of mankind. Anyway, so I was gonna say, why don't they just stop making all kinds of artillery all over the world? You know, I mean, let people have like hunting rifles, but don't give hunting rifles to unstable people and criminals. That's a fair deal. If you have like violent tendencies and that's all on paper in your life and everything, you aren't getting no gun. And when you do, it's illegal, you know. Some people have it for zombie apocalypse. Other people have them because of their environment, whether it's in Chicago or in the woods or mountains or even around lakes and rivers. Biking paths are dangerous. I know some that go way up north, biking paths and snowmobile trails and stuff like that you really wouldn't want to be out there alone without being armed, unless you don't care somehow, or your faith is so strong, or you're stupid somehow, because not being aware of it is what I mean, that of the danger. you know People think, well, I'll just go live in a tent. Will you? Gonna be okay then, huh? Okay. Or, build a little shelter or something. There's other things to consider. So that's the truth. I passed around a picture on Facebook of a mountain lion that was killed in on this, well, around the cities. Um and they think it came over from the Dakotas. It could have. I used to see one across the road from me in the field often before the trees grew up, and it looked like a real beautiful female. And like every other year for a few times, I saw her around. And so, yeah, them puma, mountain lion, cougar, that's the three names, or a black panther. It's all the same American large lion or lioness, you know. So yeah, they're here, but they think that they're kind of rare. I don't think they're as rare as what people think, and I've heard them scream over by the big lake, and there's a huge valley down there and stuff, and probably after prey or or whatever, but where the woods are really thick and everything. So I would go with their second guess being somebody's pet, because I've seen people. Well, one person had a lynx. That's because uh well, a person I knew had it and couldn't take care of it, and another refuge took the animal in, and other people have had like bobcats. Ours is from a stray that was outside, and we took one of the babies after the mom died, and orphan feral cats. and we found homes for them and stuff. But and Doug had a Siamese bobcat mix, but um, they're not typically very nice pets, you know. And so people get these things, and you know, anyway. And then I knew another person with a bobcat, and it was a pretty good cat, but not really like anything for around a family or anything like that, you know, because when they play kitty games, it's big kitty game, you know. So, yeah, not recommended. I always wanted a Black Panther, though. When I was younger, it's like that was like the coolest animal to me. Although I had a dog and I didn't think about what could happen to that dog, you know, in the process if I had both of them at once, you know. I thought we'd just sit and chat in the dark today. It's nice and chill, and yeah, after going through that emotional pulverization people like to do, you know, it's like you wouldn't believe it. I really am quiet. I really am. I hardly even talk unless I really, really have to have, like, get something to make our world go around in here or something like that. I'm super quiet all the time. Doug will go, "Can you talk?" And I'll be like, "You mean, can I listen? I don't want to talk," you know. And that's really 99% of my response, you know, with everybody. People know this of me, people that are my friends in this community. If they pop in, I'll come out and say hi, and then I come back into my solitude, you know. And if they want to pop in or something, you know, they do peek their head around the door, say goodbye, or say something if we're all talking. But I just kind of like go and chill, you know. And then if it's like, um, I don't know, I've kind of always been like that. My cousins, if either any that I have on Facebook, two of them, the rest of them I really can't stand. And blood or no blood, there's some I like and some I don't. That's, I guess we're all like that. But I'm not one that's going to go around ones or even communicate with people if they sicken my heart. It's like I've had enough of people like that. I don't care who they are, you know. And it's time. My life has come to the part where being alone is more important, and limiting my physical socialization is going to be my only option as far as I can see in my future, you know? So, yeah, life changes. People don't, but life does. Circumstances change. That'll temporarily change somebody, but if they have kind of like a shady ass soul, it'll only stop them temporarily. They are who they are, you know. If anybody else wants to be almost, well, if you want to be 64 and still believe in some kind of fairy tale land, that somebody that enjoys the darker spirit in life is going to someday just wake up and be on cloud nine and happy, or some kind of delusional thing you're thinking, I don't know. But yeah, I haven't seen it with anybody like that I know for this long. So it's going to take a miracle. I have faith in God. Like I say, I don't know when it's going to happen. I just know how much more I'm willing to tolerate, which is absolutely none, you know. Zero. I stopped doing a lot of things I love to do, um, like dancing and picnicking and swimming, and I stopped doing a lot. I stopped doing me, which is against the law, and I'm gonna do me, you know. So yeah. And it didn't seem like it at first. That was the thing, you know. It's like, oh, okay. Like I say, people don't change. Some people, I say, we are lucky if they change their underwear. That is, if we can get them in the shower, you know. So that's true of some people, you know. Anyway, really, truly, I have seen people where it is more important for them to even some not immediately around me because nobody I know goes without food, but I've seen people that will go without food to put their desires in life first, and their body is injured because of it. That's really there's various reasons why people are in that situation. Some of it's mental, some of it's physical, or a combination of both. And in this world, it's a combination of both with almost all of us. I think if somebody would say that they don't have anything wrong in either direction would be fooling themselves. And knowing what our strengths and weaknesses are in life is a big deal. It's not that we have to lay them on the line for everybody in the world to see or anything, but I mean, for me, I'm really proud of people that have risen above like speech impediments. I know I can't count the number of people, including my dyslexia. And there's another like What the Flock TV, Paul. He's dyslexic and some and has a stutter. And then people that have a stutter and other things or impairments of different kind, physical diseases that are out here kicking ass. Those are the ones that make me so proud. It's like, cause I knew you when you needed help and I helped you. You know. So those are the people out there that I salute. It's like, talk about God's warriors. Wow. You know, doing stuff for people and really asking for nothing more than the fellowship. But if you can make a living off it, that's cool too. So yeah, I'm proud of all of them. And this scientist, if you listen to him, really super neat guy. And um, even the science, um, he's very articulate. He can he would be a good science teacher, is what that man would be. Wow, you know. So yeah, it's there was two guys that were actually, we think, taken off the planet to stop the same invention that from these two men that had like invented it. And it's the same type of technology this really young, I call him this little African guy, had going on about, oh, maybe 10, 12 years ago. And the same principle of fusion that Gerald Moran here on YouTube uses with his knowledge. So the same type of, and Gerald Moran had the feds come in and raid his place and totally destroy his machines and stuff. So, um, yeah, he did some time too. There's a lot of also criminals on YouTube that I follow because they learned their lesson and they're good people, you know. Wakes you up sometimes if you get locked up, you know. I'll tell you what I did. My kids, well, I went to court and I didn't really fight for custody, and because it wasn't any use. Um, Long story to that too, but they were 11 and 14, and I was supposed to get phone calls every Tuesday and all the other lies I was told, but I got welfare and when I shouldn't have. So I had to do 10 days in jail and pay great big fines for it, and I'm a criminal. So, but in my defense, and it's not an excuse because I did do wrong, I almost lost my fucking mind every time the school bus went by. I couldn't even pick up a phone to help myself, you know. So that's the truth. But I did pull it together, paid my fines. I went to work at Walmart where you had to have a drug test to be hired, and I was clean, and I so I wasn't like I didn't get money to do drugs or anything or be lazy. I just really couldn't help myself at the time, you know. Still not an excuse, but I did what I did. So, and that made me a super criminal. So now I'm really a badass, and that's the way it is. So, yeah. And I was thrown in jail when I was a kid, too. So, for running away. Oh, anyway. Yeah. It's something, yeah. Maybe I'd do it again. I don't know. I might. I am an honest person, but even when they asked me if I did it when I got busted, what I'm going to do, lie? No, I knew I was going to get caught. It's just like, whatever, you know. Still living where I'm living too, and it's like, then I was afraid to leave and got an 800 number for my kids when they got older because if they needed me and couldn't find me type of thing. So I went through all these crazy decades of fucking hell that is indescribable, you know. Yeah, I never thought I'd ever not be a family with my kids and their dad. That was the first. I mean, I had to kick them out. So, I mean, that part wasn't a shock. The shock was finding out when somebody doesn't feel the same way you do in life. That's not the big bad part. But then when they actually are destroying your children and you have to do something to help them, that's the big bad part, you know. Because I had been with their dad for 5.5 years and we never had children, you know, so. And we had a lot of great times too. So, yeah, till we didn't. So, yeah, he was jealous of his own sons. That's a fact too. And things did get worse after that. With a total evil narcissist like that, if they don't have your undivided attention, all hell will break loose. And that's all I've been around. It's like that's so disgusting. First thing I ever heard Doug tell me is he wasn't a jealous person, and that was the biggest lie I ever heard. You know, it's even beyond jealous. It's maybe he really isn't, and it's just a total control thing. That's probably closer to the truth. And guess what? He can hear everything I'm saying right now. So, or he'll watch it later. So, because he knows I wrote, when I wrote my son, I just told him, all of you, all of you. I even have half my place and Doug to go with it if you want. You know, male or female, I don't care. I'll be gone. So that's really how I feel. So they're not worthy. And that's a big damn deal to me at this age. You know, the shit's getting old. What I'm gonna do, be 70 and 80 years old and still um having somebody else monopolize my every second, so I feel don't even feel comfortable where I live and sleep and eat. Oh, that's silly. I mean, commitment to marriage, and you know, that's the ultimate thing in the world. But that really only goes so far, like that. You know. So, yeah, there, and really, if there's times when, if I had known both my kids were safe where they were, it would have made it easier. But the older I got, the harder it got. So, like right now with me exercising, and I already did them today, that's a really important thing that is also trying to be taken away from me all the time. So, and that's not going to happen. It's just going to make me more monstrous towards it. So, that's a fact. So, that's me. Okay, everybody, I love you. Thank you for joining me. And I wish you a beautiful night or day wherever you're at. Peace from Pine City, Minnesota, USA.